Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Walton. Today, I'll be walking you through my group's project for David Belo's Experience Design class. For this class, we were tasked with drawing inspiration from the local Ellensburg community to define an existing systemic or environmental problem, designing a concept in order to combat that problem, and then developing the necessary pieces in order to visualize the concept and bring it to life. My group was composed of 5 members in total. These awesome students were Riley Iverson, Kayla Boston, David Badillo, Jenna Hunt, and myself. When looking for ideas to base our group project around, we noticed a lack of accessible transportation options for students on the CWU campus. We found that there were little to no locations to rent scooters or bikes, weak infrastructure for electronically powered transportation, and few reliable options for students to use when in need of getting around CWU's large campus. With these problems in mind, we asked ourselves, how can we make on-campus transportation for university communities affordable, accessible, and convenient? To answer that question, we first considered who would have a stake in the solution. We determined that our primary stakeholders would be universities and their surrounding campus communities, university administration, and ultimately, the students themselves. So here's what we came up with. We worked hard at coming up with an appropriate name for the brand, bouncing around names like Lemon, Link, and Critter, before finally landing on the name Stream, due to its reference to both fluid, uninterrupted movement and the on-demand, always available nature of a streaming service. Of course, every good name needs a great logo, so we got to work designing an icon that could carry the same sense of speed and forward motion that the name implies. Our group member Riley designed our final logo, and this design helped orient the project at a much larger scale than just a local college community. By the end of those first 3 weeks, our mission had become clear. Through Stream, we aim to make on-campus transportation affordable and convenient for college students nationwide. The first thing we established after our logo was our color palette. Stream's identity is built around 4 core colors: Adonis Blue, Stratosphere Blue, Contrail White, and Ash Black. Each color was selected to reinforce associations with speed, precision, and clarity, which are qualities we wanted students to feel every time they interacted with the brand. Beyond the primary logo, we developed a supporting icon system and a signature pattern. The goal was to give Stream a visual language that could work across surfaces, scales, and contexts without ever losing its identity. Each icon represents a specific mode of transportation available through Stream: bikes, e-bikes, scooters, skateboards, shuttles, and buses. They also come in an inverted version for situations where the standard colors don't really work. The cashback icon specifically supports Stream's Money Back program, which incentivizes students to return vehicles to charging stations and Stream locations. The spotted dot pattern on the right represents the hundreds of trips, rides, and returns happening across university communities, and you'll see it show up across merchandise and digital surfaces later. Typography was another area where we wanted every decision to feel intentional. Stream's primary typeface is transducer, a modern geometric sans serif that carries the same aerodynamic competence as the logo itself. For situations where custom fonts aren't available, such as third-party platforms or certain digital environments, Helvetica Neue serves as the approved fallback. The same guiding principles apply: bold and large for headlines and taglines, and lighter weights for body copy and supporting text. Because Stream is designed to operate across multiple university campuses, we knew co-branding would be a reality. When paired with the partner institution's own guidelines, Stream strives to mesh visually with the spirit of their brand identity. You can see here how Stream's lockup and icon maintain their integrity while still maintaining the partner university's visual language. With our mission of giving students a wide range of options, Stream's transportation network covers everything from the simplest modes of getting around campus to larger shared transit options. On the lighter end, you have bikes, e-bikes, and e-scooters, the everyday options for students covering short to medium distances. Each one is designed to be low barrier, whether that means no prior experience needed or just not breaking a sweat getting to class. Skateboards and longboards cover short distances, fast, simple, and minimal. On the other end of the spectrum, Stream's utility carts and shuttles handle the higher capacity routes, connecting key locations across larger campuses efficiently. And then there's the bus, the backbone of the campus transit network. These buses offer high-capacity transportation for the routes that matter most. Fully branded and built for reliability, They make a statement on campus while keeping students on schedule. A transit ecosystem like Stream only works if students can actually access it easily, which is where the digital side of the brand comes in. The app and website were designed with the same visual principles as everything else: bold imagery, minimal design, and guiding brand colors throughout. The app handles everything: finding and running a vehicle, checking bus schedules, locating charging stations, and managing returns through the cashback program. The interface keeps things simple and student-friendly, because the last thing someone trying to get to class needs is a complicated app. The website extends that same identity into a wider brand presence, covering the full range of transportation modes and giving Stream a home that feels as confident and clean as a physical brand. For an electric-first transportation network, charging infrastructure is a core part of our product. Stream's charging stations, whether manufactured by Stream directly or branded third-party units, follow the same visual system as everything else. Unaltered icons, palette restricted to Stream's 4 core colors, typography consistent with brand guidelines, the stations need to be immediately recognizable on campus, which is to say students should be able to spot one from across a parking lot. Brand identity has been carefully thought out to extend into every physical object associated with Stream. Merchandise and physical assets are treated as representations of the brand's core values, not just promotional material. Across lanyards, tote bags, notebooks, pens, apparel, keychains, and water bottles, pieces are recognizable through combined uses of the logo, the palette, and the dot pattern. The goal is that a student sees any one of these items and immediately knows it's Stream. Even the administrative side of the brand is considered. Letterhead, envelopes, and folders all carry the identity forward, so that even in the office space, Stream feels cohesive and professional. On-campus signage is where the brand has to work the hardest. It needs to be legible at a distance, under varying light conditions, and yet instantly recognizable. Our signage system was designed with all of that in mind. You've got directional signage for charging stations in green, safety and wayfinding signs in white and yellow, restriction signs in red, and informational signs in blue. Each color carries a clear functional meaning, and the logo appears to tie it back into the brand. The last major piece of the brand system is the voice. How Stream talks to students is just as important as how it looks. The language guidelines call for a tone that's confident, warm, and grounded in campus life. It has to be energetic without feeling like it's trying too hard. These are Stream's approved taglines. A few of my favorites: move better, kickflip your schedule. These speak directly to the student audience, and some stuff like "we'll get you there on time" is the kind of promise that our brand needs to be able to make and mean. The advertising executions you're seeing here show how those taglines live in context. We've used bold typography, Stream's color system, and dynamic imagery in a way that puts students and motion at the center. We wanted every ad, every screen, every design, every water bottle to feel like it could really exist in the real world. So originally, Stream started as a response to a very specific problem on our specific campus, but it quickly grew to become designed in a way that could scale to universities nationwide without losing the accessibility and student-first design focus that the whole thing was built on. Every decision you've seen today, from the logo to the taglines to the charging station design, connects back to that original question we asked ourselves at the start. How do we make getting around campus affordable, accessible, and convenient? We think Stream answers that.